Imagine descending past the reach of sunlight, down into the freezing, crushing depths of the Pacific Ocean void, where pressure is immense and blackness is absolute. In 1997, this environment was being monitored by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They are the federal agency responsible for mapping our oceans and tracking deep-sea phenomena. They maintain listening devices moored deep in the Pacific trenches. That year, those hydrophones captured a sudden, deafening burst of sound. It was a single auditory event of such extreme power that marine biologists could not reconcile it with any known catalog of deep-sea life. To calculate the physical force of this sound, we have to look at its acoustic footprint. This diagram maps the Pacific Ocean. The acoustic wave was so intense that it was picked up clearly by a network of classified military hydrophones a full 5,000 kilometers away. We are attempting to track an anomaly of that scale in an environment we barely understand. Over 80% of the world's oceans remain entirely unmapped and unseen. We generally treat the open water as an empty, silent expanse. This recording disrupted that assumption, indicating that something capable of generating immense acoustic energy was present in the dark. An echo traveling across a hemisphere requires an energetic output far beyond anything documented by marine biology. When the audiographs reached acoustics laboratories, researchers methodically looked for a rational explanation. The immediate assumption was a massive mechanical failure, perhaps a deep-sea submarine imploding under the pressure. But the audio signature lacked the sharp, rigid acoustic profile of tearing metal or exploding engines. The next logical culprit was geology. The Pacific seafloor is highly active, prone to underwater volcanic eruptions and shifting tectonic plates. However, the frequency profile was wrong. It lacked the chaotic, low-frequency rumble of a seaquake, and global seismometers showed no tectonic activity at the time of the recording. By mathematically eliminating machines and the Earth itself, the acoustics experts were left staring at a biological origin. The frequency graph displayed a rapid variation in pitch. This structure is specifically organic. It mirrors the sweeping acoustic fluctuations of an animal vocalizing. This graphic illustrates the current biological limit on Earth. The blue whale represents the largest lung capacity in known biology. But mapping a blue whale's maximum acoustic output onto the required volume of the anomaly reveals a severe mathematical deficit. A whale cannot generate enough force to be heard across 5,000 kilometers. To physically push that much acoustic energy through water, a living organism would require a lung capacity at least 10 times larger than our largest whale. That calculation describes a living mass of flesh and muscle the size of a modern football stadium, moving undetected through the dark water. If the source was indeed a living organism, the physics of sound production dictate a creature of massive proportions. Beyond the biology, the investigation also focused on the precise geographic coordinates where NOAA triangulated the source. Researchers plotted this remote, uncharted point in the deep Pacific against historical and cultural charts. The mathematical origin of the sound aligns with precision to a specific location detailed in early 20th century literature. That author was H.P. Lovecraft, a writer who built his legacy on stories of ancient entities from the deep. The oceanic coordinates of the 1997 anomaly sit adjacent to the exact location Lovecraft chose for his fictional sunken city of R'lyeh. In his stories, that underwater city serves as the tomb for a slumbering colossal sea monster known as Cthulhu. This intersection of oceanographic data and literary fiction creates an unsettling parallel, aligning a documented acoustic event with humanity's recorded fears. The hard evidence leaves no easy exit. The sound recordings are genuine. The required scale for a biological source is calculated, and the geographic origin is mapped. As we look out over the Pacific Ocean, we have to acknowledge the vast pressure lurking beneath the surface. The sound from 1997 remains in the NOAA archives, an unexplained signal from a part of the planet we have yet to see. In the silent abyss, a single powerful breath reminds us of what still hides in the dark.